All right, Mason. As
Let's
always,
jump into this.
we start at the top, recap show. We always start with the main events. KAMARU USMAN versus Jorge Masvidal 2. Oh my goodness. So I feel like a fucking dumbass. Like, no joke. I feel like a fucking dumbass because I was saying if KAMARU decides to trade with Jorge, he was getting knocked out. He was getting fucked up. And oh my goodness, he just proved that Trevor Whitman might be the greatest striking coach of all time.
Hey, Trevor Whitman's pretty good, man.
Dude.
He's pretty good. He's a phenomenal coach.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a reason why the man only has 3 students.
Yep.
KAMARU Usman, fucking Justin Gaethje, and Rose Namajunas, probably 3 of the most deadliest strikers the UFC has ever seen.
Well, in 2 of them champs, in one of the number 1 contenders in the lightweight division. I mean, the proof is in the pudding.
Yes.
Like he is a phenomenal coach. And man, we got to talk about KAMARU Usman. You know, Jorge Masvidal prepped for this fight thinking that this was going to be a wrestling matchup. That's what he said in the post-fight interview. And KAMARU Usman went out there and showed him that his striking is elite level. That power, that punch, man, that was so clean and it crumpled Game Bread.
Yes.
Absolutely. Just picture perfect performance by the champ. And that's 14 straight now for KAMARU Usman. Who's next? I mean, Dana White's saying Colby Covington too.
I'm actually not as interested in that fight as I am like the Leon Edwards rematch. Like, let's be real, especially the way that KAMARU just completely outclassed Jorge. Like, I'm not going to say he was winning every single exchange. The fight was pretty good. I would say Jorge was holding himself pretty well, but you could tell the clear power difference. Like, oh my God, like we're gonna have to start comparing KAMARU to like fucking Francis Ngannou, dude.
Pound for pound power.
Pound for, like, seriously, like I can't think of another guy in the 170th pound division that cracks like that.
Well, that knockout was right on the button too.
Oh.
I mean, just beautifully placed, beautifully timed. I mean, dude, KAMARU Usman, champ. And I don't see anyone taking the belt from him.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, man, even with a guy like Leon Edwards, I think it'll be a competitive fight. But again, I don't see Leon Edwards taking the belt from KAMARU Usman. I mean, at some point, like Usman in the post-fight interview was talking about, hey, man, I'm lapping these guys. I'm coming for round 2 for all these guys. And it's like, it's so true. And then after that, what is he going to do? He's 2 fights away from tying Anderson Silva's record for the most consecutive wins in the UFC.
So
At some point on this pound-for-pound list, we got to put KAMARU Usman up there.
He said
1,
himself
2.
he sees the number 1 pound for pound fighter.
I think
that's
at
what he's
this
saying.
point right now with Habib retiring,
He might be. He might be. Like,
and the activity of KAMARU Usman, unlike a guy like John Jones, who's had a long layoff, you know, like KAMARU's always fighting.
And we have to remember that he's not a striker. His base is wrestling. He's one of the most elite wrestlers the UFC has ever seen. And now he's with Trevor Whitman, might I add. Mm-hmm. And he's only been with Trevor Whitman for a few months now. So crazy that his striking has improved to the level that we saw last night.
And isn't it crazy that we say that KAMARU Usman is a wrestler, but he has finished his last 3 opponents?
But with strikes.
With strikes. Yeah.
And all 3 are great strikers. Like, let's be real. Colby Covington, another wrestler, but his striking is sneaky fucking good.
Very good.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of power, man. Like, at some point, when are we going to quit calling KAMARU Usman a wrestler? Start calling him just an overall mixed martial artist.
And we got to stop calling him a boring fighter.
No.
Because that was not boring. I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish.
Bro, I was thoroughly entertained with Colby Covington. That fight going 2-2 into the 5th. Colby Covington looking like he's going to edge in the 5th. KAMARU Usman does what the champ does, knocks him out. That Gilbert Burns fight was a barn burner for as long as it lasted. And then this fight was phenomenal as well with that knockout. Crazy. He's one of the most entertaining fighters in the UFC, and if anyone thinks otherwise, you're bananas.
Yeah, you're absolutely out of your mind.
Dude, for real.
Like, he is proving all the haters wrong. And I was one of them.
Yeah.
I was one of them. How many times have I talked shit about KAMARU Usman on this podcast?
Yeah,
like, let's be real. I've talked a lot of shit.
Yeah. I would say about a year or so ago. But the thing is with KAMARU Usman is he's coming into his own. You know, I think some of the earlier problems we had was we didn't feel like KAMARU Usman was being entirely, what's the word I'm looking for? Entirely real, right? Mm-hmm. Like he was putting on kind of this show.
He wasn't genuine,
yes,
correct?
Genuine.
I mean,
there.
And now he is. Like,
he's
let's be real. He's
now.
Still trying to talk shit. He's trying to look cool, but now he's doing it himself. He's not trying to put on a character.
He's being KAMARU Usman.
Exactly.
Yes.
And when he was trying to be someone else, it was obvious.
Yeah.
It was very obvious. He wasn't pulling it off like a Colby. Like Colby was really cringe at the beginning, but now he's done it so fucking long. He's kind of morphed into his character, and now it's him now. Yep. So it's just wild. And I really love this Kamaru. Like, this is the Kamaru I can get behind. You know, he's genuine, he's being himself, and he's fucking finishing fights. He's finishing fights that no one thought he was going to finish. I said he was going to foot stomp him, push him up against the cage, and out wrestle the man. And Jorge thought the same thing. He said, I thought we were going to wrestle. I was ready to wrestle tonight. Fucking just completely outstruck him. Like, let's be real.
It literally goes to show you that Kamaru Usman can win a fight
no matter where. No, it doesn't matter. I don't think Kamaru is going to get beat. I think he's just going to decimate the 170-pound division. There's no one that's going to be able to compete with him.
We could also be potentially looking at the new greatest welterweight of all time in a few years.
Yeah.
And even surpassing the legendary GSP.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, the conversation has got to start being had. I mean, he's doing round 2 with all these guys, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to beat him. And, you know, again, Jorge Masvidal getting that rematch goes from 5 rounds to 2 rounds. You almost got to wonder the same thing when Colby Covington does. If he does get that rematch, it might not go 5 rounds. That might be a fight Kamaru Usman finishes in the 1st or 2nd round.
Yeah, that's almost what I'm expecting.
He's phenomenal, man. He's absolutely phenomenal.
What do we do?
What do we do with Jorge? That's what I know. I felt that.
I don't want to tease too much because we're going to talk about it more in MMA news, but I mean, Nick Diaz is out there. You got the Nate Diaz rematch. Nate Diaz is going to fight Leon here in a couple weeks. So, I mean, you have options with Jorge, but I was saying, dude, I wouldn't be shocked if he retired. Like, maybe he does a Nate Diaz fight and a Conor McGregor fight, but I mean, who else? Like, the man's not going to go fight fucking wrestler. He's just not going to go do a 3-piece in a soda with Leon. He's not going to fight Colby Covington. He's not even going to fight Wonder Boy.
I got to be honest with you, though. Jorge Masvidal is a man of his word, and he said that he will run it back with Nate Diaz no matter what before he retires, and I believe him. Even after this knockout, he'll take some time off, but he's got to run it back. He's got to run it back with Nate. Not to fight that... You know, obviously, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal, I mean, he is a fighter. He's the fighter's fighter, right? Like, no matter what, he's going to go out there and brawl. He wants to have that fight. He wants to get that BMF belt, and what a better way to bounce back against at least one of the 2 Diaz brothers. Either way, that is going to sell, and that's going to sell the most exclusively coming off of a loss. I mean, can you tell me a better matchup outside of Conor McGregor if Conor went up the welterweight? But outside of that, like... The Diaz brothers are the way to go, especially coming off a loss. And I think what the UFC will do here is they're probably going to wait on that Leon Edwards-Nate Diaz fight and kind of see who wins that fight to determine what's going to be next for Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he doesn't fight the rest of this year. That's probably his one and done for the year, just like he did last year. He'd one and done with Kamaru.
I don't disagree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got time. We'll see. I guess Nick Diaz and Dana did meet last night after fights, so I guess we'll really see. I think that's probably the matchup they make if they don't do Nate. I don't see him fighting Conor. Yeah. Like, let's be real. I didn't even want to bring this up, but we kind of have to. Conor McGregor is off on Twitter talking shit about Kamaru, saying, "Oh, you're stealing my shit or my style. That's what I do, and I'm coming up to 170, and 170 is going to be mine the second I'm done at 155." And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Please. Yes. Fart noise. It's the only noise we play.
Bro, it's just like, again, you know, we were talking about this off air, but Conor didn't defend the featherweight belt. He didn't defend the lightweight belt. Kamaru Usman has defended the belt multiple times now and has done it pretty damn decisively, if I do say so myself. Conor, no one's stealing your style. No one gives a shit about your style because you haven't been relevant since 2018. When's the last time you fucking won a fight outside of Donald Cowboy Cerrone? You're trying to say people are stealing your style?
He's 1 and 2.
What is your style? Losing?
He's 1 and 2 at lightweight. Like, come on, bro.
Here, man. I don't want to hear it.
The only fucking reason you're even going to sniff a title shot is if you beat Dustin. Like, let's be real. You're going to lose that fight again. You're not fucking getting no title shot at 155. Bro. If you do move up to 170, you're getting fucked up by almost everybody in that top 5, I would say.
I'm telling you right now, if Conor McGregor gets the next title shot because he went out there and won the trilogy against Dustin, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah, I'll be pissed.
Because what will his MMA record be over those last 3 or 4 years? 2 and 3?
Not good.
Donald and then 1 win over, I mean, don't get me wrong. If he goes out there and beats Dustin, that's a very impressive win because we're already talking about how Dustin deserved the next shot. So if Conor were to go out there and win, there is a case to be made, but there's elite guys at lightweight who deserve that shot much more than Conor McGregor. Guys like Justin Gaethje.
Yes.
You know, like, I mean, come on. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
I don't know where we got off on that.
Yeah, well, to bring it back full circle, Kamaru's going to probably fight Colby next. Dana keeps on saying that's the next fight to make. Yeah, I think Kamaru probably finishes Colby in the first or second round. I 100% believe that you're right there. And normally, if Kamaru wouldn't have finished the fight the way he did last night, I would be like, that Colby Covington fight's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a 5-round war. Who knows who's going to win that? I might take Colby. But think about it. Colby saw that. He was sitting front fucking row. He was there.
He was chirping right away, too.
Is he going to strike with Kamaru Usman now, or is he going to be like, fuck, I got to wrestle this guy? And that's what I thought was going to happen in the first fight. I thought they were going to go and out-wrestle each other, and we were to see who the more elite wrestler was. So maybe that's what's going to happen in the second matchup. I don't know if that happens. I don't think anyone can out-wrestle Kamaru. And now I'm starting to think, like, he just knocked out arguably the best boxer in the division. I don't think anyone's going to strike with him either.
Nope.
He's going to be champ forever, dude.
He will be champ for a long time. And please, MMA fans, appreciate your champions while they're here.
Yes.
Appreciate them. Because, I feel like so many times, even GSP, towards the end of his career, people didn't appreciate GSP. That Johnny Hendricks fight. People didn't appreciate him. They wanted him to retire. They wanted him to get the hell out of it.
I thought Johnny Hendricks won that fight.
And that's fine, but appreciate your champs is what I'm trying to say. Whether or not you thought he won or lost, GSP was a dominant champ, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, won what? 13 fights in a row? 12, 13 fights in a row?
Yeah.
11 title defenses?
How many?
Something crazy like that?
Is Kamaru 11-0 in the UFC? Is that what it is?
No, he's 14-0.
In the UFC. I know he's in the UFC. He's 14-0? Yep. Fuck, that's crazy.
Yep. 14 straight wins.
Crazy.
14 straight consecutive wins. He's still undefeated in the UFC. He's 2 away from Anderson Silva.
So how many title defenses is that? He defended against Colby, and I guess he beat Tyron, Colby, fucking Gilbert Burns, and now Masvidal twice. That's 5 title fights. Yep. 5 title fight win streak. That's crazy. Yep. That's crazy. Like, you're going to have to start talking about
4 defenses, 5 title fights. Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, I don't think do we even mention 185 pounds?
No, obviously not. Obviously post-fight conference, Kamaru Usman said, if he would like to go up to middleweight after he kind of, round 2 with the welterweights, beats all their asses again. But he said as long as Israel Adesanya is champ at middleweight, he will not take that fight, and I respect it.
Yeah, but you could still do one-off fights. Like I would like to see a Marvin Vettori versus a fucking Kamaru Usman. Why not? You could do one-off fights with stars at middleweight. You say Chris Weidman comes back, you do that fight, Kamaru Usman, Chris Weidman. I'd be hyped for that.
I told you not to use. I told you off air, you son of a bitch, not to use the fart noise with Chris Weidman out of fucking respect for the man. He just shattered his leg.
Well, he's a star. I could see Marty fighting him.
You're fucking the troll job. God damn it, Taylor.
I can't help myself. Let's go to our church coin bets.
Yes.
I went all in on Kamaru, man, and it got me a good return of 451, and we got to mention it. You pulled the taper.
Yeah,
last night.
And I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not upset about it. And I said this on the Fight Companion multiple times. I thought Kamaru Usman was going to win the fight. But just how crazy this card was that we haven't even jumped into it yet. We're still at the main event here. But how crazy the card was, and given the circumstances and the fact that I had lost a bunch of church coin already, I said, hey, if George Masvidal goes out there and KOs Usman, then I'll win some of that money back. It didn't happen, but I'm fine with it because I would have won 1,000 or lose 1,000. So it is what it is.
And go ahead.
It is what it is.
Yeah, and I wouldn't have been shocked, if Jorge did win that fight. Dude, we haven't even talked about the night overall. We probably should have fucking started with that. The night was electric.
It was.
The crowd was electric. Dude, they were going nuts.
Florida was deafening loud.
Yes.
So, the screams and I was just like, it was fun. You could tell people are ready to get back to normal.
Yes.
They loved it there, man. Those people had so much fun. That's what you want to see. And no better place to do it than Florida, those crazy bastards in Florida. You got to respect it.